Radio Raheem with KALLE SAUERLAND, and once again...
Coolest, by the way, it's always, whenever I hear that, Radio Raheem, I've always got to think it's like the coolest intro. I've got a thing like Radio Raheem, I've got a thing like King Kalle or something. I've got you come up with something for me, man. Radio Raheem.
How about...
I need like a line. I mean, I get the Don Callas, but that's getting boring now. I need something like don't say Kinky Kalle, that don't work, right? King Kalle I've had before, you know, that's sort of mine, but no one else calls me apart from myself and my daughter. Yeah, we got next.
Yeah, you know what?
We're talking again tomorrow. Have a little thing about. You know, I need something like Radio Raheem. I need something, you know.
Let's put it to the fans because...
I think Kinky Kalle, but that's really not good, is it?
I mean, to be fair, if that's the first thing and the only thing that comes to mind, it's probably the right thing.
I can't believe I'm in front of a camera. How are you, buddy?
I'm having a swell time. I'm in Manchester looking for a huge fight. You're going to put it on?
Manchester this week, all over. We got big doubleheader tomorrow night, live on Channel 5. Lyndon Arthur for the light heavyweight championship of the world against Brian Suarez. 17 knockouts in 18 fights. Don't miss it, live on Channel 5. 10 p.m. tomorrow.
Where was that taking place if they want to buy tickets? Where are they going to go?
It's sold out. It's tomorrow night in Bolton. So it's about half an hour from here.
Yeah.
I've got one for you. Then it's this one. People, read it. Revenge or revenge? That's a bit of a mistake, is it? Revenge or revenge? Revenge or revenge?
Repeat. It says repeat.
Where's your glasses? Revenge or revenge?
Yeah, man, indeed. You know,
so it's all scripted. It's like WWE. We're gonna win, and then we're gonna do a third and a fourth fight, man.
Yes, must put on my rose-colored glasses for this one.
That's the one. Yeah, the pink tin. Hey?
You know, look, it says revenge, yeah, and
it does.
That is a motivator for a lot of people.
It is. It's about how you go about it, though, isn't it? I mean, you know boxing in and out, and to do it, you've got to change things. And I'm not talking about just bringing Bomac on. You've got to put yourself through things. And it's going to sound like weird for people who don't know what camps are about when you go away from home and stuff like that. But Vegas sounds like a nice holiday. You go there, 47 degrees heat, and you go to a boxing camp, you might as well be in the war fields of, I don't know, some very tropical country, because it's horrible. The gyms are not air conditioned the way people think they are. It's a tough place. He took himself away from all his private thing and everything else and put himself in Vegas. I saw him out there. I'm not going to say he was going to cut a lonely figure, but he cut a figure that said, right, I want to be left alone and I want to go and do my thing. And it's that thing that makes me so certain that revenge will happen. Because revenge can only happen, a loss can only be corrected by turning it to learn if you really go off and do something about it. You can say, yeah, I've learned, and think, no, he's got the same camp, same place, same people. No, he's changed it up. You know,
you talk about him being willing to put himself through something like a 47 degrees in Vegas, out of his comfort zone, out of his country, new trainer. He's willing to submit to an early morning workout where, that was never his thing before.
Which is a big thing, by the way, for Junior. That's a big thing.
But all of these things really point to a change in attitude. And, he was bragging about, I come in 60% last time. All of this is hubris, really. Is this humbling occasion something that can really benefit Eubank in the future and hopefully for his sake on Saturday night?
Yeah, I think it's about at the moment it's about the immediate future, and I think that he said it. Bomac said it. He's like a sponge. He's taking it all in, and we've always, again, people say, "Oh, well, you're talking about him like you don't really know." I don't. I'm his promoter. I'm not his trainer. Yeah. But it's very clear that he's changed stuff around this camp. And again, people say, why are you being so mysterious? Because I don't really know. That's why when I saw him out there, what the vibe I got of him was this guy means business. And coupled with the fact that what I said up there today is, I know all the, I'm not going to mention the name, but the other fights being mentioned, talked about, but ultimately we sign up to this instantly. Formally I put it in 10 days after the fight. He told me in the locker room, put it in Monday morning. I said, no, you never do that. We've got 10 days, so we'll wait for 10 days. I remember doing an interview and they said, oh, you haven't taken the rematch clause. I said, how do you know what's in the rematch clause? Might be a year I have to take it.
Yeah.
Hey, in any fork of business, if you've got a period within which to take something, you'll wait. We waited the full 10 days, but that wasn't true. That was down to me because I thought, right.
But you being the businessman that you are and knowing boxing the way you do, this fight could potentially go to repeat. And it isn't the biggest money fight that was out there for Eubank. If it goes that way, he loses a lot of opportunity to make money, as do you. I mean, honestly, did you as a businessman consider, a different fight for him, maybe wait for Ben and get the big money?
I always do that because that's my job. It doesn't matter what fight it is. On the big level, listen, this is the biggest domestic fight in the United Kingdom this year. People are talking about other fights. Didn't happen. This is the biggest one this year. So, yes, of course. And let's mention, if Conor Benn had a license, would we have done that fight at the time? We certainly would have looked at it. But you can't look at something that, still waiting for my double date with Cindy Crawford and Pamela Anderson in one night. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Well, maybe one day. One of them. But both of them together, it's about probabilities. And like people say, oh no, but you were in negotiation with Conor Benn. So how the hell was I negotiating with someone that you can't do a fight with? Oh, do we talk with Matchroom? We talk with Matchroom a lot because, over the last 10 years we've done a lot of shows together, we have a lot of fighters together, we have a lot of business together. We've got, in the last quarter of this year, we've got, I think, 3-4 different fights we're doing together, events we're doing together. So, yeah, you
had the discussion about it, and it wasn't something that could get made.
But never a negotiation. This is what someone pulled me up before and said, "Oh no, but Eddie said." I said, "But Eddie didn't say we were negotiating it." And we discussed it. Well, we discuss fights all the time. We discuss at the moment Hrgovic, Usyk. I don't know. We recently Breedis against Opetaya. These are all different fights that we talk about constantly. We've got a female world championship coming up together. But it's not. But ultimately, this is the fight he wanted, right? Mm-hmm. So this is a fight he has to get through. I mean, the Conor Benn fight, if it comes, will always be there. It's a massive fight for both of them.
And lastly, if it is repeat, the big question is that it for Eubank in big fights? Not that he'd have to necessarily retire, but is it done?
Not with that name, but it's not going to happen, right? Raheem, trust me, bro, this ain't going to happen.
All right, well, the man has laid hands on me and told me it's not going to happen, and I know that this is one of the best businessmen, in boxing, so we will see on Saturday night if KALLE SAUERLAND
I like that.
can get the business done. Radio Raheem with KALLE.